This is a SnowTrax exclusive.
I haven't been this excited about a story possibly in forever, but being able to say the cat is back makes me extremely happy. This is for a couple reasons. First, even if you're not an Arctic Cat rider, you have to appreciate how important the company has been in shaping the vehicles we ride today. This industry owes a lot to Arctic Cat. And second, the industry needs more competition. More competition pushes an industry forward, so having Arctic Cat back really is going to benefit us all. But, and this is very important, the final reason I'm excited the Cat is back is because of who brought it back. The group who purchased Arctic Cat from Textron is not just another big corporation. It's a group of passionate, die-hard Arctic Cat riders who don't just want Arctic Cat to survive, they want it to once again become an influential force to be reckoned with in the snowmobile industry. The guy at the wheel right now is somebody who's very familiar to all of us because he's the same guy who helped revive Arctic Cat back almost 15 years ago. It was under Brad Darling's leadership that Arctic Cat introduced the Procross chassis, which, in its day, was an excellent platform and really revived the company in the following years. Now, Brad is back, and he has all the experience and ability to make Arctic Cat an industry leader like they once were.
So the passion for this Arctic Cat brand it's instilled in me. And how I say that to, or explain that to a lot of people is in 1972, my first race I was ever on was a kitty cat. And so it's pretty hard as we get people when they're young, same as me, it's instilled. We're an Arctic Cat, fan. And then I'm a rider, I'm a snowmobiler. And so that's the passion that's there. And I live it, I'm a sledder, I will always be a sledder. It's part of what we are. And I think it's the big part is, or the biggest situation is we have to continue to make sure that us as a company never ever forget that we're riders. We're at my cabin riding Arctic Cat snowmobiles. We hear what's going on with Textron and Arctic Cat, and is Arctic Cat going to survive? And I'm thinking to myself and talking to my family is, what am I going to ride? And the reality is, I couldn't come up with an answer of what I'd ride other than I guess I'm keeping my sleds longer than I anticipated what I was keeping. And so it was just interesting how that passion about the Arctic Cat brand triggered at the time of, hey, how do we look at pulling this together? What really made our decision was how well it fit my passion, of course, and me understanding the business. But the most important was there's still key individuals there to help us get this brand back to where we believe it should be as riders. Once we acquired the company and the news got out, it was amazing of the support, the rah-rah. And maybe I could almost go out and say a little bit prior when the rumors were out, it was amazing how much the support and the encouragement and the dedication from the Arctic Cat customer really is. We talked to those customers. They were saying the same thing. I don't know what I would ride if Arctic Cat's gone. And so that's what's so cool about the brand. Now, we don't want to just take that for granted. That's something that we have to deliver. It's a promise that they've been living through forever. And that's what we're going to pick that up and go on. We're going to make some changes in the company for sure, but we're not going to lose who and what Arctic Cat is.
Now that Arctic Cat is back in the hands of people who aren't just passionate about the brand, but they're passionate about the sport as a whole, the question that needs to be answered is, what now?
Once we got the keys, April 24th, we started to move ahead. We know we had to get the product out, and we had to make sure that we launched a product line that should have been launched late February or March. But then what we had to start looking at is how do we start pulling the team together to develop and make what we need going forward. And so when we looked at it, we immediately started getting the passion and the dedication and the support from the end user dealer network started coming to us and really being excited about having it. We've had dealers that unfortunately have gone away from Arctic-Cat that have contacted me and wanted back on. But us as a company is we need to grow the dealer base for absolutely. We have to get to the point where we have a dealer network out there that not only is there to sell a lot of snowmobiles, but it also has to service snowmobiles. And so some of the challenges that we have as a company today is find some of those dealers in the remote area where a lot of people go riding. So when we look at it, it was building first the product, got it. Now we start building the dealer network. To feed that dealer network, now we start to bring on engineers. And so our focus over the last 3 months has been starting to build the team. Now our focus, of course, is 27 and beyond. And we look at putting a 5-year product plan together. We've inherited a good product plan, but now it needs some tweaks on what I think is good, but not just about me. It's about now going out to the network. And what we really want to address is what are our customers not like about the current product they have so that we can address that, but also what is it they like about the current product that they may like better. And so there's lots of things we look at. One thing comes to my mind, and I've talked about it several times, as being just an owner and not part of Arctic-Cat, is rear suspension. And so those are things that are on our list to look at, but what we have to do is really grab the data and go. And so our first step was get control of the company, launch the 26 model year, and now we're working on a product plan. We're bringing on engineers. We're hiring engineers as we speak right now. And so that allows us to start to pull ahead. I would always come back to is we want to make sure that we have a group of riders within Arctic-Cat, we have a group of riders within our owners, and we have an whole industry out there. We got to figure out what do we need to do, and that's what you'll start seeing on snowmobiles.
It's no secret that the heart and soul of Arctic-Cat has always been Thief River Falls and the people who live there.
The home of Arctic-Cat is Thief River Falls. I've known that for as long as I worked for Arctic-Cat, and how much Arctic-Cat was committed to the community and how much the community was committed to Arctic-Cat. I'm surrounded by the talent that's been in there. When you say Thief River, it's Arctic-Cat. When you say Thief River Falls, it's Arctic-Cat. When you say Arctic-Cat, it's Thief River Falls. What I realized right away, the first day I walked into that facility on April 24th, is what us coming back and kind of re-energizing the brand, how many people were just so appreciative of it because they believe that all of us today in this business with Arctic-Cat believe and really do support the community. And so there's a lot of people, think about it as all the employees that are at Arctic-Cat today, should that brand have ever gone away, what are they doing? They have families, they have mortgages. And part of that really realized more of what we hit to when we walked in the door and the thank yous and even the tears in their eyes about what it is, it just brings you back. And I tell you what, it re-energized all of us to think about the community. And we are going to continue to build Arctic-Cat employee base in Thief River Falls because that is where the heart of this whole brand is.
While it's extremely exciting that Arctic-Cat is back and here to stay, what should be even more exciting to Arctic-Cat buyers is the company's focus on building products for passionate riders, designed by passionate riders.
The reality is the cat wasn't away, right? And so what I look at is we're missing the company was lost and gone. And I would say right now is Arctic-Cat, the brand is back. The product's been there and it's been available for the customers. And so what our whole point is, and as we look at our pillars, the 3 pillars that we're going after, passion, legacy, and riders rule, that's what it is. It's all about that part of it that we need to bring back to the brand.
Make sure to subscribe and comment below for real interaction with the SnowTrax crew.